So now let's talk about secrets you need to keep from your partner.
That was so close to let's talk about sex, baby. I thought that was what
Hey,
you were going to
hey.
say.
I know, Maria Carey hajatoa wimbo. I think you're channeling her a bit, you know. But as we go into the holiday season, let's remember that you're going to be meeting your relatives, okay? You're going to be comparing notes. You're going to bump into that auntie who makes you feel pressured. And sometimes the pressure from your external family might, make you do a few things that are out of normal, things you wouldn't do normally. But at the same time, secrets to keep from your family. Like number one, kuna ule anti yako anapenda kuomba pesa, okay?
Boroboro.
Kila kitu. Unajua uko kwa WhatsApp group karibu 20. Kuna mtu aliaga dunia, tunaomba usaidizi. Kidogo kidogo 2 weeks later, kuna mwingine hadi unashindwa, "What? Are you living in a contaminated area? Like, what's happening? Why are you all dying?" And sometimes, you're inclined to help. And you might find yourself using funds. Maybe you have a joint account with your boyfriend. Unachuna kidogo sababu unajua wewe ni mtu wa town, wewe ni mtu wa Nairobi, hutaki kudisappoint watu wa Ushago. So you've given all you can and you want to snatch a few from your joint account. Please don't do that, okay? And also if you see like your partner is very against, that kind of thing, kama unataka kusaidia watu, wasaidie in secret. Don't be that person who's burdening your partner with all the problems of your family. Oh, sijui ng'ombe yetu ilikula sijui shati ya nani, wanataka compensation. You run to your boyfriend, aki babe, tunahitaji 2,000 ya kulipa compensation. Don't be that person. Either say no, or you could just like help them and don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And I even have this like problem going on with a friend I have, okay, a relative I have, and him and the girlfriend is feeling very inclined to help the people in
Black
the village.
tax, eh?
Yani akiitishwa anything zimetoka huko out of the country.
Yes.
Zinakuwa imported.
Zinatoka Europe.
And it's really hurting them financially.
Oh, no.
And I understand, because why are you taking money from, like we have properties together, we have savings together. Why are you taking money from that and helping your villagers and helping everybody who is going to ask? And I do understand where she's maybe a giver, somebody who really can't say no. If you're in such a situation, just help them out, but don't include the funds of other people, and don't tell your partner. Just help them out until where you can. Alafu nyamaze your story.
There's something someone told me. I think it was actually my dad. We were talking when he was over here, and he said something about money being energy, and where you take money out of your own pocket as energy and give it to someone, the energy of reception, whatever energy they have as they receive your money, is often channeled back to you. So he said, instead of giving people actual hard-earned cash, hata ukiwa kwa streets, you know the way you're walking in the streets and then someone is like, hey, nisaidie nataka chakula, nibaie mami, nibaie. Never give anyone actual cash. Go, if you feel so inclined as to help, go buy actual food and give this person food. In the same way, mtu wa Geshagi amekupigia akona mashida kutoka leo mpaka kesho kutwa, you're giving them your money. Guess what? That energy is going to get right back at you. Pia utaanza kuona mambo mingi zinakusumbuka. It's just energy. So make sure that instead of physically giving someone cash, buy things for them, send them. Ni sijui hospital bill imefanya nini, send the money directly to the hospital, because that is not it's not contaminating your energy. I don't know how valid it is, but like sometimes when you start to believe in something, it automatically, unfortunately, becomes true. So now I'm very keen, as I'm giving money to anyone, I have to try and read your energy and feel like, what, baby, is this making sense? Am I feeling like this is going to be a problem? Because you feel it. Like, have you ever been in a room with someone and you're like trying to give them something, like, hey, you're just feeling like a different energy.
Kama mwenye nilimloan 2,000
2,000 na hujalipa.
hajarudisha.
2,000 ya turi imemuuma.
By the inaniuma sana sababu nakuona huko social media lakini simu zangu uchukui. It's hurting my soul.
Yeah.
I wish you fall down. Yes.
So, and including that is now also realizing that there's some friends and family you don't like. Those ones are, yes, you may not like them, but you don't go telling people you don't like them, do you? nikikuja nikwambia by the way unakuanga na sura inakaa personal, will that make you happy?
No.
Hell no. So in the same way, if you tell someone you don't like them, it's a whole other Pandora's box that you don't really need to open. Just keep keep everything cordial. Try and keep it above board. That's it. That's all you have to do. Be cordial.
Yes. And now the things to keep from your partner, like your body count. That's a very unnecessary conversation. Because why would you tell your partner? Unless, and why would they even ask you? I don't even see a situation or like just a circumstance where my partner would ask me, how many people have you had intercourse with? I just don't see it as a valid conversation. And I don't see why you would be telling your partner. It's just a very non-issue. Let me just be honest. I don't even know one of my partner's exes. Zero. I don't know them. First of all, because he's never offered the information. And second of all, because I've never wanted to know. Because what if I find out it's like Beyonce? What am I going to do? Like, nitashinaga hapo nikiji-compare. So just don't, your partner does not need to know how many people you've actually had, you've bumped uglies with.
Yeah, it's kind of crude. And I've just realized I was talking a whole different conversation from what we were talking about. Anyway, another thing that you should really try and avoid, try and avoid telling your partner is your sexual preferences as reference to your former lovers. Like, you can't be over there saying, but they Kamau used to, da 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 da, and da
Put
da
it
da 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 da
down.
da. And I would like for you to do what Kamau used to do for what? For
Please,
what?
why?
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 Like, why are you dredging up stuff that needs not dredging? If he came and told you, by there, Wanjiko used to put it down in, like, in such and such a way, would you be so excited to try and do what Wanjiko was doing?
Yeah.
Would you?
No.
It's like always.
Kamau didn't mind flossing,
Always.
Why are you saying I should go wax?
Always remember that what you're telling your partner should also be looked at from the perspective of, if he told me the same information, how would I receive it? Yeah? That's always what you do. Empathy.
And also, the very unkind things we feel the need to say when we are angry. And this used to be me. I used to be an oversharer, and I used to say whatever popped in my mind when I was angry, especially if you trigger me in a way. Those unkind things you say in your head, they will just pour out. But then I started writing them down. And writing things down has really helped me, because sometimes you say something in a moment of anger and you really can't take back your words. And somebody sticks with whatever you said and it hurts them so bad, there's no recovery from that. So what I started doing was writing things down. Tukiwa tunaargue umenikasirisha, nenda kwa notes app. Sina kalamu karibu. Notes, by the way, my notes app is crazy. I will go to my notes app and I will type up every single thing I wanted to say, and then I'll breathe out and say, okay. And then I start, everything I wanted to say has been
now been-
decompressed.
yes,
Yeah.
it's been
Now I
taken
can
away.
deal with you spiritually. Do I go to a witch doctor? All I'm saying is, after all those things have been gotten out of you, whether you're going to write it down or you're going to type it somewhere and not send it, or even like it doesn't have to be said. Sometimes you write those very long texts. I used to be famous for that. Mimi nimekasirika, nitakuandikia essay. And then you find somebody like my partner who's not going to argue with you over text and just say, okay. Or like, so and so loved this message.
Reacted to this message. Wow. Exclamation mark.
Exactly.
After umetuma page.
Okay. Yeah. So the thing is, write a message kwa drafts, and then you can figure out a way to put your thoughts together in a sane manner.
I think that is actually really, really good. And especially those long messages. To be honest, even you, when you receive a long message, always look at it from your own perspective and think about how it works on the opposite side. Because if you're writing a very long message, what do? So you skim through it. Does anyone ever read every single part of the message? No. You scan through it. Some are beginning, middle, and end.
I used to be very heartful. I knew exactly what to say that will really get you, But then when I'm angry, I'm a very vile person. And I would, very specific thing, and I would put them.
You have researched.
Yes. Very, nikiandika with it, I used to be very good at compositions. So it's a very well-worded, stinging, scathing text message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you realize he read
Yeah.
the top, the middle, and the end and said, okay. Imagine. Now you get even more angry and send more paragraphs. But you know what? Always think about it from you. Would I read this message? And if I did read this message, how would I react? Always empathetic. Empathy. It saves you. Okay. Another thing is don't go telling anyone or telling your partner things that, you know, anything your partner insists is private for them and it's not for you. Nakwambia hii nakuanga, hii nawashanga roho. Especially, I don't like it when, like, I don't know, it's like I'm not part of a conversation. I don't like it. Like you're having a conversation with someone else, you're laughing. For what? Why are they so funny? What is it that they're saying that is so hilarious? I don't want that to happen. I want to be part of every conversation. I want to know when you cough like this, how you're feeling. What part of your njegeke has made you itch? Like, you know. So the fact that they're telling you something is private becomes very difficult to fathom.
Yeah.
Very difficult to process. But does it mean that it remains private? Absolutely. So
Yeah.
find a way.
And as we wind up, the things that people say, other people say behind their backs.
Oh,
Okay?
God, yeah.
Like, there's no need to say, Ati Kamau said, but then you walk like a duck. Why? What was the reason? You know, unless it's helpful information. If it was a very scathing remark, there's absolutely no reason for you to. You're just hurting them, you know.
criticism.
Because what they don't know won't hurt them. So they were not part of the conversation. You're the one who was out there and you had a very dirty remark about them.
Yeah.
And then you come home and say, wa haujasikia.
Yeah.
Jerry said whether you have a bald spot.
Yeah.
Ati ndio maana unashinda umevaa kofia sababu hauna hairline. There's absolutely no reason to tell your partner that. So things that are said about them, don't repeat them.
And sometimes in the same way that we judge people for telling us stuff about their friends, in the same way we judge people for telling us things about their friends, we shouldn't also tell our partner stuff about our friends.
Yeah.
If I come and tell my partner that Bede Turi, you know, scratches her, I don't know, it's like something, she scratches the back of her head with her shoe. It's like, for what? Like,
reason?
to what
What's the
end?
reason?
You know what I mean? Like some of these things about your friends, which may be used against them, the next time Turi comes to my house, my partner is trying to look at the back of her head to see whether she has a scab. Do you know, it's just, there is no point. There is really no point.